What does Turkey gain by denying the Armenian genocide? What do they lose by admitting it? Denying it maintains political image and avoids reparations, but admitting it fosters reconciliation and global credibility. It's a tough call with complex consequences. They could open themselves up for lawsuits and reparations if they admitted it. They would also lose the moral high ground when they accuse other countries of human rights abuses. Imagine if George Washington was accused of leading a genocide. Do you think Americans would be keen on recognizing that genocide? Similar situation in Turkey. What does any country gain or lose by admitting to extreme atrocities they've committed in the past? Most countries deny their atrocities, or twist history to make them seem less like the bad guy, or in some cases even the good guys. I'm from the Netherlands. I never learned in school that we terrorized innocent Indonesians for centuries and had a big hand in the slave trade. It took me becoming an adult and finding out this stuff on my own to realize that countries as a whole are just like individuals. Owning up to your faults is tough. Erdogan's Turkey is not the same Turkey that existed when this happened. That is good for him, because it keeps him off the hook for reparations. It is bad to point this out though, because it is not as close to the old Turkey under Ataturk, or the Ottoman Turkish Empire imagery that he wants to evoke. This would be like Germany, consciously trying to say they are recreating the Third Reich, then getting very awkward when someone asks if they are doing everything the original Third Reich did. Ironic, considering that the only reason Europeans knew about the Armenian genocide was because of the meticulous communication records of the Germans with their respective allies during WW1. Also, for pretty much the same reason, Southerners in the US deny the horrors of slavery to ease their consciousness. National image can be a big thing in Turkey. Turkey is a super nationalistic country. Turkey still doesn't want to admit any wrongdoing by the Ottomans even more than 100 years later. Any political party that admits the genocide will be very unpopular if that's not the popular stance in the country. It doesn't seem that admitting the genocide is very popular in Turkey. All politicians are the same at the end of the day. All they care about is winning elections. Also, paying reparations might be a real concern. Denying genocide is not a unique Turkish problem. Japan also still denies its genocides in Asia. Germany still denies its genocide in Namibia. Even Poland just a few years ago refused to pay restitutions to Holocaust victims. The US still refuses to admit any wrongdoing in Vietnam, Iraq or Afghanistan, and has gone as far as pass a law to invade the Netherlands if any of its officials were to come under criminal proceeding for war crimes. And many other examples. I'm not trying to diminish the Turkish stance, just saying it's not so uncommon or surprising. Gain, denial's blissful ignorance. Lose, a hefty historical guilt trip. Partly out of national pride, they don't want to damage their reputation. Also, they are taught in their school it didn't happen, so they actually believe it didn't happen. Pride, face and dignity. All very important things to Turks. Stages of genocide. Face. That's about it. The Armenian genocide is seen by some as a key part of the founding of the modern Turkish state. Admitting guilt could destabilize the national narrative that they have been spinning. Also, some people fear admitting genocide could lead to Armenian claims on lost territory. Denial isolates Turkey and damages relations with Armenia and other countries that recognize the genocide. Denial also hinders social progress and prevents open discussion about the past. And continuing denial is seen by many as morally wrong and disrespectful to the victims. I was chatting to someone recently who has very strong opinions about Europe, Israel, Haiti, etc. So being curious, I asked them what they thought about Cyprus and what the future should be. They were stumped, but also quite ignorant of what was happening in the Med almost right under their noses for decades. In relation to your question, Turkey and others like it just redefine words like occupation or genocide, and this has been going on so long now it's almost a pattern of politics for some. With the membership of Europe, EU now trying to move away from being inclusive towards dictatorships such as Turkey, I'd say it's only a matter of time before they are told to choose one way or the other, with Cyprus, Armenia, genocide refugees being Turkey's deal-breakers. I mean, who cares? Will it change what happened? All the energy on trying to get their government to admit it is just wasted. It changes literally nothing.